There's a quote usually attributed to the writer Mark Twain that goes, "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes." Funny thing about that, there's reason to doubt that Mark Twain ever said this at all, thus, ironically, proving the point. And today, the quote, whoever said it, is truer than ever before. In previous decades, most media with global reach consisted of several major newspapers and networks which had the resources to gather information directly. Outlets like Reuters and the Associated Press that aggregate or re-report stories were relatively rare compared to today. The speed with which information spreads now has created the ideal conditions for a phenomenon known as circular reporting. This is when publication A publishes misinformation, publication B reprints it, and publication A then cites B as the source for the information. It's also considered a form of circular reporting when multiple publications report on the same initial piece of false information, which then appears to another author as having been verified by multiple sources. For instance, the 1998 publication of a single pseudoscientific paper arguing that routine vaccination of children causes autism inspired an entire anti-vaccination movement, despite the fact that the original paper has repeatedly been discredited by the scientific community. Deliberately unvaccinated children are now contracting contagious diseases that had been virtually eradicated in the United States, with some infections proving fatal. In a slightly less dire example, satirical articles that are formatted to resemble real ones can also be picked up by outlets not in on the joke. For example, a joke article in the reputable British Medical Journal entitled "Energy Expenditure in Adolescents Playing New Generation Computer Games" has been referenced in serious science publications over 400 times.
Watching Hugh Grant and his stutteringly pathetic charm is about as appealing to me as closing my scrotum in a DVD case. Are these real, or do you make them up to be especially nasty?
Kate Hudson is a dead-eyed trash bag that smells like low tide.
Greg Kinnear stars in Holy F*** Who Gives a Shit, coming soon.
Chris Evans is a stupid bearded sweater-wearing dumb dork.
Melissa McCarthy is the Medea of white people. Jane Lynch have bigger d*** than Ultimate Warrior.
Norman Reedus, I can fit 2 fists and a leg in my Hit me up.
Okay. Do it.
Tongue punch in the fart box is a neglected phrase. Use it today. Example, Margot Robbie deserves a tongue punch in the fart box.
Wow. Anthony Mackie is probably just angry that he looks like a aardvark.
Judd Apatow has completely ruined manhood.
Olivia Wilde's forehead is the same size as my left ass cheek, and I weigh 250 pounds. So I'll let you imagine just how big that must be.
Paul Rudd is the most boring vanilla dude. You know, he just sits at home with his wife having a bland spaghetti dinner talking about his day. That's pretty funny.
Why does Ryan Gosling always look like he's trying to squeeze a fart out without making any noise? Is that a gentleman?
Has Zac Efron ever been in a film where he didn't play a total douche? I've never seen one of his films. I'm just judging by his face.
Oh, how I loathe Nickelback. P.S. You, Wanda Sykes. What's wrong with Nickelback?
Russell Crowe is delightfully paradoxical in that he is a huge with a small penis.
Bryan Cranston looks like Jim Carrey impersonating Matthew McConaughey.
All righty then.